In this video, I'd like to write our own netcat program using Python. You know, netcat is very powerful, can do a lot of things like execute command, can transfer file. Of course, in this code, I will not implement file transferring part. So let's get started. The module I'd like to use is the first one, the major one is socket. And then I'd like to import built-in module sys and import module subpress. Yeah, this can execute command and also can import opt pass, which can process the arguments or parameters. Next, I'd like to import threading, multi-threading module. So this module allows the server process the clients, multiple collections at the same time. The next one I'd like to import is selects. This one can transfer or split the strings to the POSIX format or style list. Okay, so now, as always, I'd like to use the object-oriented programming method. We can use class my netcat, and the first method should be init. At this moment, I just use the pass keyword as keyword. The next one, we need to process parameter or arguments supplied by user. Para means self pass. The next method should be run. This should be the major method of this class. Next, we can make judgment to see whether this code is imported into other script or we execute this program itself. So if the program is executed by itself and then following code can be executed, because every script has attribute name, and when the name equal to main, and then the following code can be run. We can create instance of our own class netcat and my netcat, and then we can run this method of this instance or object. Next, we need to process the arguments. We can utilize the opt module, and we can create the object of this module. And we can add the options. The first option is L, and we can listen to see whether this code is run by server mode or client mode. And test is listen. And the type, the action, when it's set, the default value would be store true. And then help specify work mode, client or server, right? And then the second option which need to be added is target IP address or host name. Dest is also target. The type should be string, and help specify target to connect to. Next option should be port number. Port number, dest port. And then the type is integer, int. And help, specify port number to connect to, or to be listening on when work as or run as server, right? Okay. Next, we need to do some judgment. If no, we need to capture the arguments supplied by the user. Options, x, parser, and if options listen, and then we can set to true. If this is true, it means that will run as server. And the next else will run as client. And options listen false. When run as a server, if of course we do not need to specify the target, right? So we just options target is equal to none. And if options port number is none, then we can print the error message. Please specify port number to listen, right? And then we need to exit the program. All right? And then we can return such arguments. Listen, options, target, port number as tuple. And the next, if this program run as client, and if options target is none or options port number is none, then we can print error message. Please specify target or port to connect to. And then we can exit the program. Then we can return options listen, options target, options port number. 6. There is error. So in the init method, we can save we can define some attribute of our object. Self listen should be get the first element, right? And self target should be self get the first one, and then self port number, self get the third one. If self listen is true, work as server, then we can initialize this socket object self server. We can define another attribute of our class should be socket socket, and we can use the address IP4 version as address family socket, and then we can, of course, we need to use the TCP as transportation protocol, and also we can set the set sock option. Then, yeah, when we'll restart the program, the system will not present error. For example, like this port number has been reused. Yeah. So this is the purpose of this line. Reuse should be 1. And then self, we can bind, and we need to provide a tuple. The first one is IP address of the server, self port number. Of course, we can use the try and except to handle the exception, right? Print failed to listen on port self port number. Then we can exit this program. We can continue our server socket. Listen. Yeah, we can set it to 5 to accept or handle, process the requests from up to 5 clients. Okay, so I think it's clear. And if else, it means that work as client. Then we can try accept exception, print error message, fail to connect to the target, self target, and then we can exit the program. If no error, no exception, we can define another attribute of our object, client socket, socket, we can use the IP4 as address family, sock stream, and then we can connect to the target. Yeah, we need to offer one tuple. The first one is the first element should be target self port number. Okay, we have already initialized all required things. And I think also here we can print something which can be used for the debugging. The listener has started successfully. Okay. Next, we can go to the run method, which is major method. If self listen is true, yeah, work as server, right? And now we can run self server. So far, we didn't write this method yet. Self server, self, and pass. And then, if not, we'll run self client, right? So here, df client and pass. All right. Also, we can capture the keyboard interruption. I mean, if the user want to exit the program, and then we can accept keyboard print exit the program now cease exit. All right. I think I'd like to go on our writing for the client method, which is easier compared to the server function, right? So we can use try, similarly, except keyboard interrupt print exit the program now cease exit. And then we can capture other types of exception. Something is wrong, sir. And also we can print out the error message for debugging purpose. All right. Then we can exit the program. All right. And of course, we can close the client socket. And also here, we can close the client socket. Or maybe we can use finally, right? Finally, self client close. So we can remove these two lines. We do not need them anymore. Okay, now we need to write the major part of the client function while true. And we can allow user to input command, and this command will be sent to the target, and the target will execute the command and return the execution result to our own machine or client. Okay, input. So we can put the self target and then input. Can we put the separator, line separator in? There's some error. Interesting. Oh, input data. And then we need to send if input data is exit, which means the user want to exit the program. So we can use break to escape from the while loop. Otherwise, we can send this command to the target self client send. Yeah, for the Python 3, we need to encode before sending. Encode. Okay. And then we'll wait for the result from the target. So receive data is self client socket receive, and I use 496 as a buffer. Then we can print out this data. Of course, we need to decode. Okay. If length receive data is equal 0, and then we can break. All right, I think I have already done the client function. Next, I'd like to go to the server. Similarly, we can use while true. Yeah, we need to use try and except keyboard print. Yeah, we just copy this message. Then we can exit this program. Except other exception, we can print out the error message. Yes, server something server has something wrong. And also we can print out the error message and then exit this program. Finally, can we put finally? Self server socket close. Okay, now we need to write the major part of the server. We can use while true, and we can accept received data from client. Oh, not this one. Why true? We need to we need to return the client socket. Oh, not this one. So server, why true socket, client address, self server socket, accept. Then we can use multi-threading module to do the client handling at the same time from different clients, right? Target, self, client, handler, client, socket, client, address. And then we can start this threading object. Okay, so next we need to write this method, the client handler, and we need to provide client socket parameter and client address. We can while true, print connected from client address. While true, then we can receive data, right? Receive data should be client socket receive. And this is command which is sent from the client. Next, we can run self if receive strip is exit, means that we want to break from this while loop. Otherwise, we can run this command. Oh, not this one. We can self execute command, and we can supply the client socket and the command. It's the receive strip. Of course, we need to decode this string. Yeah, next we need to write execute command self client socket command. Oh, no need client socket. And then we can try pass except output is failed to execute command. And then we can return this output. Output is sub-process check, and we can use shellx module split method, and the command and the error can be got through the subpress, stand it out. Then we can decode, and then we also can return output, right? Okay, next we can received there is error, execute client socket. Here we do not need this one. Receive the data and the output, right? Then we need to send back this output to the client. Client socket send output encode. Okay. And if round out of this while loop, and then we can client socket, close this client socket. Okay. Okay, I think I have already completed this code. Let me test this program to see whether our work is working fine. Okay, I hope so. All right, so now we can run the server Python, and we can use, the listener has started successfully, and we can open another tab, Python 3, and of course we test the two programs. I mean the program as two modes in the same machine. Press enter. Yeah, no error. We got the collection. Can we run command like ID? Yeah, we got the result back. And also we can run ulim. Okay, we can get out the password file. Yeah, Very well. Very good. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye.